Hello, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. Today is your yoga for blissful sleep practice. When you're ready, I would love you to get into some comfy clothing, get a cozy jumper on. This is a really chilled one. If you've got blocks as a prop, please bring them with you. If you've got a blanket, bolster, all optional. If you don't have them at home, it's okay, but try to find something that you could use. Maybe a cushion, maybe a pillow instead. And I'll meet you over on the mat. We are starting today's practice lying on our back. So if you would like to lie flat on your back, go for it. I'm going to be setting up some blocks to create a bit more of an opening into my heart area. And I'm setting the blocks up like a T. So one block in the center of the mat, the other block in the opposite direction. You can play around with the levels and bring it down a little bit. It's completely up to you. Making your way down and adjusting your blocks as you need to. So your head should be on that top block and the upper part of the back, middle part of the back is on that second block. When you get there, hands out to the side, palms up, feet about hip width apart. Maybe we bring the feet the same distance as our mat and we drop the knees in. Or you can come into Supta Baddha Konasana, your reclined bound angle pose. And let's close our eyes. Melt your shoulders down towards the earth. Soften through your forehead. In today's practice, we're moving slow. It's beautiful evening practice to help us drift into sleep, creating relaxation in our body and in our mind. Seeing if there's any part of your body that feels particularly tight today. Bringing awareness and consciousness to that part. And seeing if you can loosen it, relax it, maybe taking a little bit of a wriggle and shake if you want to bring some physical movement in. Today, your intention is to move slowly. So when you feel yourself moving too fast, wanting to rush, I invite you back to that affirmation to slow it down. If you are in your Supta Baddha Konasana, start to bring the knees to point up to the ceiling, feet to press into the ground. And we meet the others who had their knees dropping in towards one another. I invite you also to maybe keep your eyes closed for the entirety of this practice. A really lovely way to take your consciousness deeper. And I will give as clear instructions as possible so you can follow along with your eyes closed. If you are using props from underneath you, gently lifting the head and removing the props from underneath your head. Maybe dipping the head back, seeing how it feels to open through your throat. Keeping that one block underneath the upper middle body, the upper middle back. And let's bring some audible sound here. Anything that wants to come out as you exhale, being audible, maybe we open the mouth and just see what noise comes out of us today. Breathing in through our nose and release. And slowly, gently lifting the head and the neck. Maybe the eyes stay closed. We remove that other block from underneath us. If we had it there, place it to one side. Come back to lying on our backs. Bring our knees one by one into the chest. Interlace fingers on top of the shins. We squeeze our knees in, giving yourself a nice hug. Slowing down your breath. The left hand stays on the left leg, right hand on the right leg, imprinting your lower back onto the earth. Start taking big circles, open the hips out, tapping into those inner thighs, and then drawing the knees to circle until the knees meet each other. You will want to speed this one up. Remember, we are slowing down to drift into sleep. So take your time with this. Opening out. Drawing the knees in. Opening out. And drawing the knees in. Opening out. Drawing the knees in. Hands come either side of the body. Let's take a spinal twist. Bring the knees over to the left, turn the head in the opposite direction. Option to place the left hand on top of your left thigh. And then the head comes back to center. We draw our legs back in and over to the opposite side. Allow your body to rest, giving yourself permission to sink into the mat, to be held by Mother Earth. Knees draw back into center, as does your head. Let's interlace the fingers underneath the crease of the knees and extend the legs up. You have the option to stay here. You have the option to use a wall. If you're using a wall, I'll show you what that looks like. You come close up to the wall, and then we start to lie the body down. Again, you can kind of bring the hips a little bit closer. The upper body drops down, and we start to walk the legs up. Now, if you feel, I'm still a little bit too far, that's okay. From here, you can come to your forearms and see if you can shuffle the glutes a little bit closer towards the wall until you feel like your bum is there. And then releasing down. This is Viparita Karana. It's legs up the wall posture. And of course, if you require any support from blocks, bolsters, cushions, pillows under your head, absolutely go for it. Bring your eyes to close if you would open them. If you're feeling disconnected, disassociation with yourself, inviting you now to place hands on your lower belly, elbows out to the side, melt your shoulders down. Taking a deep breath in and out, knowing that in your yoga practice, You can leave all your worries over here with me on the mat. Leaving it here so you're able to nourish yourself with a deep and restful, blissful sleep. And I want you to know that you deserve to have that restful sleep. You deserve to be still and to feel free. If your legs are up, but they're not being supported by the wall, checking in that your lower spine, the lower part of the back, is still imprinted on your mat. Trying not to lift the hips up too high. Let's take a releasing breath. Together we'll inhale. Open the mouth, release. Gently the legs come down. And if you were against the wall, make your way up to seated. To come back onto your mat. From a lying down position, make your way onto one side. And then come up into a cross-legged position. In your cross-legged position, we keep the left leg in. We extend the right leg out to the side. It's a slight variation on your Janushirasana. So with the left knee, we want to keep it open and we want to keep this right leg active and internally rotated. What I mean by that is the leg is not flopping out to the side and not really working. We're keeping it extended, toes pointing up to the sky. And then we'll direct our hips over to point over this leg. We'll take an inhale, we sweep arms up, gaze up to where your thumbs meet. Hands in Anjali Mudra, prayer position. And as we exhale, we extend the arms to wrap around either the shin, the ankle, the toes, maybe the forearms placed down. I want you to work on keeping this left hip onto the earth. You could use your hand like I am here to keep it pressed down. And we're keeping our gaze to our toes. I don't want you to worry too much about getting your head to your knees here, okay? Keep gazing down and ahead. Maybe again, close your eyes. Being soft with your breath. Make that your last inhale here. On the exhale, that hand comes to the inside of the right leg. We sweep our left arm up and we bring it over. Draw your left shoulder to open. Slowly make your way out. Remembering we're being slow in today's practice, coming back into your Baddha Konasana, that we're keeping a bigger gap in between our two legs. Nice bend in both of our knees. Folding forwards. Now, if you do not want to put your head into your feet, you can place a block there. We are thinking here about a curvature through the spine, that dome shape. So don't worry about keeping a straight back. We're really relaxing into this posture and feeling into the soothingness of opening up into the hip space. So option one is we're coming down, we're dropping the head, doesn't matter how far you get, maybe the hands come to the earth. If you'd like to take a slightly different yet still restorative variation and you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit, we're coming down again, creating a little bit more of a wide space. we're seeing if we can sweep our arms in between our two legs. So the arm's going to come out like that, and this arm's going to come like that. We're coming into Kurmasana, which is tortoise pose. How cool. There is a tortoise pose from Ashtanga Yoga. So if you're coming into that, I want you to first think about elongation through the spine, shifting yourself forward, and then maybe we see getting the arm down, lifting that left knee if you need to, and then seeing how it is on the other side. It might feel like you need to readjust a little bit, and I know it doesn't look very relaxing at first, but I promise you once you get into it, you can then melt down, and you may feel a little bit more of an opening in your thigh and in your inner space, your pelvic area, your hips. If that's what you're looking for today, take it. If you'd instead like to stay in your Buddha Konasana, you stay there. If you're using a block to support your head, you go for that. You take whichever variation suits you best today. And you remember we're going slow, drifting into each pose. If your eyes are open, let's bring them to close. If you've got your hands pretty far back, maybe turning the palms, fingertips pressing into your glutes. Maybe you can reach for your fingers, grab a bind if that's something that you feel called to do in today's practice. Deep, slow breaths in and out through your nose. Let's use a little affirmation here. It's safe for me to slow down. It's safe for me to slow down. Say it with me. It's safe for me to slow down. It's safe for me to slow down. Huge breath in. Big sigh of relief. Slowly start to release from wherever you are. Unraveling. Extending left leg out to the side. Right leg draws in, bringing that foot in. Again, thinking about extension through the left leg. Sit up a little bit taller. Hips come over. Inhale, arms up. Coming into Anjali Mudra, prayer position. And exhale, coming down. Your drishti, your yogic gaze, is towards your toes. Bring the eyes to close. Maybe using the right hand to keep that right hip onto the earth. You're doing so well here. Let's take a breath in, coming up. As you breathe out, left hand, arm to the inside. As you exhale, let's bring the right arm up and let's bring it over. A nice deep stretch through the whole right side of the torso, drawing the right shoulder back, lifting chest up to the sky. Be proud of yourself, moving slow. And coming back up. Good. Bringing the left knee in. From here, we're going to walk our hands further forwards. So whatever position feels comfortable for you, fingertip, 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 fingertip to the front, and then drop your head in a downwards direction. Take an inhale, press into the fingertips, gaze ahead. And exhale, we're going to ripple ourselves back to the earth. Take an inhale, press into the fingers, gaze ahead. Exhale, can you go a little bit further forward? Can you go a little bit deeper? Inhale, fingertips, gaze ahead. Exhale, ripple down. Inhale, fingertips, gaze ahead. Exhale, we sweep this right hand under and drop it down. And maybe the right side is where we're looking. The left side is where we're looking. Right hand is under, gazing to the left. Let's bring that right hand back to the front, sweeping the left arm under. Maybe our head comes down, maybe we gaze over to the right. I want you to think about reaching forwards with that right hand, pushing the hips back. So you've got this opposite pull from the front to the back. And then draw that left hand back up. Start to walk the hands slowly, no rush, all the way back. Taking a twist, right hand comes to the back behind us, left hand to that right knee. Inhale, lifting it up, and exhale as you take your seated twist. Drop your right shoulder, gaze behind you. Ripple the body back to center, taking our right ear down to our right shoulder. Chin tucks down to chest. Over to the left. Chin tucks down to chest. Over to the right. Head comes back to center. Left arm behind, sweep that right hand coming to the left knee. Take a breath in, let's sit up, let's grow tall. And breathe out, twist over behind your left shoulder. Maybe the eyes come to close. Maybe you can relax your shoulders a smidgen more. What do you want to let go of today? Let's take an inhale, come back to the front. Exhale here. You have the option here to come to lying down into your Shavasana, corpse pose. You have the option to close practice in a seated upright position with hands on our lower belly, connecting in with our sacral chakra. This is our energy center related to sensuality, to creativity, to sexuality. And also we have our chakra, which is relating to personal power, to how we feel within ourselves. And seeing in this space with eyes closed, if there's anything you'd like to let go of today. Please use your props if you would like to. You can use a prop underneath you for a little bit of added comfort. Or you can end the class how we started, with that T shape with the props. Bolster underneath your knees, whatever suits you best for today. Close eyes, tuck chin slightly down. Leaving anything that is not serving you in this space. Leaving it on the mat. So you are able to move slowly, to drift into a deep, nourishing, restful, peaceful sleep. Let's use a beautiful mantra, inviting you to chant with me. This mantra means, "Oh, salutations to the auspicious one." It's bowing down to that auspicious soul within yourself. it's the mantra Om Namaha Shivaya. So whether you're seated or whether you're lying down, take a breath in with me, together we chant Om Namaha Shivaya. Om Namaha Shivaya. Om Namaha Shivaya. Feel the vibrations, the sacred mantras flowing through you, allowing you to drift off into a gorgeous sleep. Thank you so much for joining me in today's practice. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you sleep really, really well. And I can't wait to see you again in our next practice very, very soon. Bye.